Welcome to NFL World, when the NFL starts and ends. I'm your host, Jacob, and welcome to the NFL Dream, where we go to the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, and we start talking about what they did in free agency, who did they lose in free agency, can they repeat as Super Bowl champions? They've already accomplished the NFL Dream. The next step is, can they do it again? And with the signings they made, including some of the pieces they lost, can they make it work? One of the big signings was Azeez Ojulari, the former Giant, reunites with Saquon Barkley, who he was teammates with for quite a long time. He adds some edge rushing experience to a team that lost Josh Sweat. Brandon Graham retired. There was a lot of issues in that loss. Nakobe Dean is out, so you have those problems already. Josh, a coverage. He's a linebacker. He's a pass rusher. That's what he is. Don't say he's a linebacker. He's not. You cannot call a cornerback a safety because that's not what they are. They are a corner or they're a safety. They're not the same thing. Hyland Granson, the tight end, he adds depth on a 1-year deal. He adds depth to that position. So does Harrison Bryant in a very similar role. Now remember, Harrison Bryant was traded over. So that's how that all transpired. He was a trade, he got his 1-year deal. There you go, done. Avery Williams, 1-year deal. He's a specialist. He's a wide receiver specialist on kick return, punt returns to help out. That was a glaring need the Eagles did have that they really couldn't address, so they made the deal with Williams. Matt Pryor, the offensive lineman, he was a former Eagle. He returns to that team to provide depth to the offensive line. Kendall Lamb signs a 1-year deal. He adds depth. He's a good swing tackle. A.J. Dillon is a powerful back they brought in on a 1-year deal. He's coming off a neck injury, but when he's on the field, he's hard to bring down. I mean, could you imagine just these two guys, these two behemoths, and Barkley and A.J. Dillon coming downhill at you? That is horrifying. They're hard to bring down. Adoree Jackson comes over from the Giants, helps strengthen the secondary. He's not the best, but he does have some inside-outside flex. So there you go. Ben Van Summer signed a 1-year deal, continuing his role as the linebacker fullback combination with the Eagles. And Charlie Hewlett is the long snapper, and he signed a 1-year deal. Of the draft picks they had, Jahad Campbell being the biggest name. They drafted him at pick 31. They were trying to trade up with the Chargers. The deal was basically done, and then Omarion Hampton just fell in their lap, and they said, "Nope, we're not trading. We're going to just select Hampton," and that's what they did. But Campbell fell to them anyway, so there you go. Excuse me. Andrew Makuba, the safety from Texas, was in the second round. He ended up getting banged up this offseason. We'll see what happens and how long it's going to take for him to come back, but he will miss the start of the season. Ty Robinson is the defensive tackle from Nebraska. He was picked in the 4th round. In the 5th round, Mac McWilliams, the cornerback from UCF. Also in the 5th round, the linebacker from Georgia. Drew Kendall, the Boston College. Kyle McCord, the quarterback from Syracuse. Miles Hinton, the offensive tackle from Michigan. Oh, excuse me. Kendall was in the 5th round, and so was Mondon and Mac Williams. In the 6th round, they had a lot of 6. Kendall McCord, Miles Hinton, who was the quarterback and offensive tackle respectively. Cameron Williams was an offensive tackle, also in the 6th round. Antoine Powell-Ryland, who actually had great numbers in college, he was just banged up. That's what happened to him. He was banged up and he has some short arms. That's it. He's got some short arms. He's got T-Rex arms over there, but he makes it work. And that's also why teams stayed away from him, because of his short arms. Not the Eagles. They said, no, that's a great player. Let's go take him. That's what good teams do. They don't just say, look at the measurements. They just go get the best players. That's what you got to do. Measurements don't always matter. Sometimes they do, but not always. Now, looking at who they lost in free agency, there were some big losses. Milton Williams was a big loss. Him going to New England, after it was thought he was going to go to Carolina, that did not work. Josh Sweat signed with the Cardinals. Darius Big Play Slay signed with the Steelers. He wasn't as good last year, but he was a starter for you, so that's a loss. Isaiah Rodgers, who was the backup, he signs with the Vikings. Oren Burks, who was a special teamer for you, but did slide in when Kobe Dean got hurt. He goes to the Bengals. You traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson away. Kenny Pickett was traded to the Browns before getting traded to the Raiders. You got Dorian Thompson-Robinson in return for that trade. There's a lot going on here. I don't have a lot of faith in how they recovered in the free agency period, but I do think of the pieces you lost, including the retirement of Brandon Graham, that does not benefit you. This is a team that won 14 games last year. They were 82%, 82.4%. 8-1 at home, 6-2 on the road, a win streak of 2. You won your final 2 games. You won the Super Bowl, so you did something right. But you had to battle the Commanders all year. And looking at this schedule, and looking at the things that they should be concerned about, I'm concerned about this cornerback. I'm concerned about the secondary room. I don't know if this really works for them. You play the first game of the year you're home for Dallas. You're at home for the Dallas Cowboys, at Kansas City, home for the Rams, which is hot over there. You got to be very careful. You saw what happened last year when you guys went down there. It was bad. Home for Denver, at the Giants, at Minnesota, home for the Giants. Bye week, week 9. It's a good spot. Week 9, week 10, week 11. That's where you want it, right? In that sweet spot. Come back from the bye week, at Green Bay on a Monday night, home for Detroit, at Dallas, home for Chicago, at the Chargers, home for the Raiders, at Washington, at Buffalo, home for Washington. At the Chargers game is also Monday nighter. So all those things happen. I'm concerned. I have a little bit of concerns here, especially at the end of the year where you face at Washington, at Buffalo, home for Washington. That's tough. That's very tough. And I said this in the Commanders video. I think everyone in that division is going to be really good. They're going to surprise a lot of people. I have the Eagles. They're going to have a little bit of a slide because of the late half of their schedule. And plus, I don't think they're going to start too great with some of the teams they have to face. So I got them going a total of 11-6, 12-5. That's my range for them. Because I am worried about their cornerback room. I am worried about their secondary room. I know they can get pressure. I know that. But that third cornerback, whether it's Ringo, whether it's somebody else, I'm concerned about it. It wasn't named Ringo, it's Adoree Jackson. It's this, it's that. I'm a little concerned. Just a little bit of concern because I don't think it benefits them. But I can't wait to see what happens with this team. I think Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas, even the Giants will all impress everybody. And I think we'll be looking at a division that is going to be dominant once again. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think the Eagles' record will be in 2025? Let me know down below. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Huber. Out.